Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and you know what time it is. It is Make Money Mondays, and you know what? I'm going to show you how you can make some serious money and how to save money. So this is a special. This is not just Make Money Mondays, this is Save Money Mondays. Matter of fact, this is Save Money period days, okay? So what we're going to talk about here is that one common theme that I'm on a roll right now is that car sales is like your own business. I'm going to repeat that. Car sales is like your own business. If you believe that, then start thinking like a business owner, not an employee. And listen, I'm not joking around, but if people in your dealership are saying, hey, car sales is like owning your own business, being a car sales professional is like being your own business owner, being an entrepreneur. Unless you're really ready to be an entrepreneur, say, stop. No, don't tell me about being an entrepreneur or business owner. I'm just an employee. Tell everybody. Let everybody know that you want to be an employee. Or step up your game and keep it 100% real and then get ready to be a business owner. Here's an amazing idea. You take a look right here. There's a book from Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. First of all, read that book. It's an amazing book, and it talks about, obviously, making money and how to keep money. But I'm not going to give away the book. Robert did an amazing job. It's one of the coolest, most famous books as it relates to understanding money and how money works. So if you want to be able to make money Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday again all the time, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. One of the excerpts in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad basically talks about corporations. This is such a powerful idea. It's basically incorporating a real business. Now, I'm telling you, I went from being a car sales professional that had no business skills or, business training, and it's intimidating. But I want to give you a whole different, unique perspective. This is your own business, is think about starting your own business. Now, there's three types of corporations, major corporations. You have an S Corp, you've got a C Corp, and you have an LLC. Now, for the record, here's my disclaimer. I am not giving you legal advice. I am not giving you an accounting advice. I'm giving you an idea. What you're going to need to do is, if you see value in this idea, is seek professional counsel. And again, that could be for free. That could be through Google. That could be whatever. I just don't want to have any liabilities if you make a wrong decision. All right, so check this out. If I were you, I would go to LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com is an amazing website because you have a lot of free legal information, but the services for like wills and contracts, and specifically to this conversation, incorporations of business are extremely cheap. I think less than a couple $100, you could incorporate an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation. So now, why would I do that, Sean? Well, there's a lot of benefits that I don't want to get into on this video. You could call me if you want the details. But an LLC, if you have an incorporated business, I'm going to tell you on a tax level, you could write a lot of things off. I'm not talking about lying, cheating, whatever, but legitimate write-offs. Those could be, but not limited to, food, gas, marketing, advertising. So again, if you are your own business, and you are going to spend anything or thinking about spending anything on print, on digital, on websites, on pay-per-click, on Facebook ads, anything like that, right now, unless you have a business, you can't really write anything off. So if you have incorporated your business as an LLC, hypothetically, there is other options, but I'm just using for an example purposes here. If you incorporate an LLC, what you can do is everything that you're spending towards your business of car sales, guess what? You could write all of that off towards your taxes. I mean, it's phenomenal. So that's one thing that I want to kind of share with you. However, there's a more awesome reason that I want you to do this, is that if you incorporate a business, now in one of the previous videos I had said to create a website. Every sales professional, in my opinion, should have their own website. I also said that the URL is very important. The URL is one of the most important aspects of a salesperson's website. So let's say, for example, you had, because I'm based out of the Philadelphia area, let's just, and it's not available, this URL, so I'm just going to use this example. Let's say you had phillycars.com. Now, what's crazy about it is the Philadelphia Inquirer actually owns that URL, and I think they might have sold it to AutoTrade or somebody, I'm not really sure, but that used to be owned by the Philadelphia Inquirer, and at first, phillycars.com was part of cars.com until they got into a little spittle spattle, and then the Philadelphia Inquirer said, psh, psh, cars.com, and they just did their own thing. Can you imagine if you owned phillycars.com or dallascars.com or newyorkcars.com or carsnewyork.com or something like that? Think about that, how crazy that is. So now, if you have a website, step up your game. Incorporate your website now into a real business. So let's just use the phillycars.com as an example. If phillycars.com is available and I bought it, I would check through LegalZoom.com or through Google to find out if anybody has phillycars.com as a registered business. If they don't, guess what? I'm able to literally now incorporate that keyword or that .com into a business name. It could be Philly Cars LLC, or it could be phillycars.com LLC. It doesn't matter. But understand what I'm about to share with you is freaking nuts. So if you now, A, have an incorporated business, let's just say for this training purposes, an LLC, and then what you're going to be able to do is build a website. But before you buy the URL, you want to make sure that you have a great geo-targeted URL. Now, let's just use a different version. Let's say if it was Car Dealer Philly or Car Dealers Philadelphia. It doesn't matter what it is. What I would want to do is whatever my main URL that is geo-targeted, I want to see if it's possible that I can incorporate that as a business. Why? Because once you are a legal entity, now game on. Because if I was in Philadelphia, matter of fact, even if I lived in Bensalem or Bristol or Manayunk, which is outside the Philadelphia area, that's a real business. So now, if I have my business address, and this is important, you want to turn around and incorporate the business in an area where you're going to max search engine optimization. For example, if I am in the outskirts of Philadelphia, or I have a client that's outside of Indianapolis, you have Indianapolis, but about 15 minutes away, you've got Avon or you've got Plainfield, Indiana. So follow me on this. If you turn around and want to show up in the Google local searches or the Google Maps or the Google reviews for a major city that's close to you, but you might not happen to be in there, if you incorporate your own business and you have either a virtual address or a P.O. box that's in the actual city, guess what? You could register your business to that city or wherever you want your business to pop up. Now, let me take this back. If you are a salesperson in the Philadelphia or Philadelphia surrounding areas, if you found that phillycars.com was available, you bought that URL, and you know that there was no other business that was legally registered with Philly Cars or phillycars.com as a corporation, once you do those two things, you find the URL and it's available to incorporate as a business, and we're talking about just hundreds of dollars. We're not talking about thousands of dollars or anything crazy like that. Now you are a legitimate business owner with a tax ID number, electronic, serial number for businesses. Now you have the privileges for write-off, for tax reasons, and all sorts of stuff. But more importantly, this is what's crazy, for search engine optimization purposes, you have a legitimate geo-targeted relevant industry business that you now could have a yellow page account profile legitimately, not to Sean Bradley, but to phillycars.com or Philly, cardealers.com or cardealersphilly.com. Do you see what I'm saying? So you could have a yellow page account. You could have a Google review account, Google Plus account. You could turn around and create all the business benefits. There's nothing different than your LLC that you could have from a one-bedroom apartment, or even if you were homeless, not that anybody's in that dire situation, it doesn't matter from Apple or IBM except the amount of money. A business is a business, just like a person is a person. Now, there's different calibers of people, there's different calibers of business, but legally with the IRS or what have you, it's an incorporated business. And once you have a legitimate incorporated business, you've got business privileges and business opportunities. I'm pretty sure you've never heard this coming from an internet trainer or sales trainer in the automotive industry before, but again, if you really believe that car sales is like your own business, then step up and incorporate your own business. there's some detail, so I would do some research on what I'm saying. I would consult an accountant or a lawyer, or maybe even talk to your general manager or your dealer principal and ask them if they've got any advice with their corporate counsel or their accountant. But the idea is this simply. A, I want you to think about incorporating a business. B, make sure that the way that you incorporate the business, whatever the name of the business is, should be tied to the URL of your website. And then what's going to happen with that C, you're going to have benefits for taxes and write-offs and all that other stuff and other business privileges you need to find out details with. And then the last thing is for search engine privileges. I mean, you're going to be able to get indexed. Not only could you index for yourself as an individual person, but your business can index. For example, Sean V. Bradley is me, the person, but I own multiple companies. Dealer Synergy indexes, Automotive Internet Sales indexes, Internet Sales 20 Group indexes, so on and so forth. So does Sean V. Bradley. Now you've got numerous ways to show up. You could show up as an individual and your business could show up. And that is a hell of a Make Money Mondays tip. That's how you really make money and how you flip this and how you make this your own business. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Make Money Mondays. If you like this week's episode of Make Money Mondays, you're going to love all the content on automotive digital training. So please go to automotivedigitaltraining.com and sign up today. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to call me on my cell phone at area code 267-319-6776. Yes, that's really my cell phone. Don't put it on any bathrooms or anything. Thank you. Bye.